All right, Shalom, Shalom. By Yafiyasha Alice, I Kakabasha now with WFI Detroit, coming at you with yet another live video. First and foremost, I'm going to give a call, Halam, Yahweh, Bashima Mashiach, Malaki Yahweh Shah. Right, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, the anointed Savior and King of you princes of the power. Right, you Israelites, you Black and Hispanics, and Native Americans. Shalom, Shalom. Right, in today's topic, I want to get straight into it. We're going into the importance of Black fathers, basically Israelite fathers in the household, right, within the home, right? Because, they make it seem like, a father in this society, right, they put women on a pedestal and just kind of kick the so-called Black man to the burner, man, right? That's literally what they do, right? So we got to go into the scriptures, these precepts, our heritage, and find out the importance of so-called Black fathers. All right. So I'm going to start off with this quick precept. I'm going to kick it off with the book of Proverbs. Right. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse number 18. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Right. So the Most High said, hey, where no vision is, the people perish. Now, guess who's the visionary of the household? Guess who's the one that's supposed to be God in that household? A man, the father, right? So where there's no father, where there's no head leading the charge, hey, they go perish, man, right? Without that Black father. They say happy wife, happy life. Well, I'll say happy man, the house shall stand. Happy spouse, happy house, because without that man, you see where our people are today, man. Right, we gonna go into the statistics and everything, man. Right, I just want to get another precept, right? The classic book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse number 3. It says, "But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God." Right. So Christ. Hey, let me get this precept because it said that the head of man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God. So let's see what Christ did. Right, with God being his head, right? Let's see how Christ was moving in the spirit. I'm gonna get the book of John. It's the book of John, right? Bear with me. Chapter 6 and verse 38. Right, I'm gonna actually start. I'm gonna start at 38. It says, "For I came down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which have sent me, that all which he hath given me I should lose nothing, but raise it up again in the last day." Right. So Christ, he followed the Most High. He followed the direction of the Lord. Right. Let me get this precept in the book of Proverbs. Right. This book of Proverbs. Right, chapter 6, or Salakia, chapter 3, right, the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse number 5, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path." Right, so with Christ, with God, God is Christ's head because he followed him. Right, Christ is our head as men because we're following Christ. And the woman is following the man, right? So the Most High is ultimately his goal, his vision, and we're just following suit with that, right? So if there's no vision within the household, then they'll perish, man, right? If we didn't have Yahweh Shah, if we didn't have that shepherd as sheep, it would be all over the place, right? So it's the same as your household. So without that man there, all hell breaks loose, man. Without a strong, powerful man following Christ, right? Get this precept in the book of Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 3. In verse number 2, it says, "For the Lord hath given the father over it's like giving the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Whoso honoreth his father maketh atonement for sins, and he that honoreth his mother is one that layeth up treasure. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother. Right. So the Lord is dealing with, children following after their parents, man, after their father and their mother. Right. So the mother follows the father, and the children follows the mother, which is ultimately they're all following the Most High. Because that's actually the commandments in the law, that you're supposed to lead your household in righteousness via the commandments. That's Deuteronomy 6:6 on down. Right. So, I mean, having a father, strong man in the household is very important, man. Right. Let me get this precept. How to start about in the book of Proverbs. Right. To see what happens when it's not a strong man in this thing, man. When the man is gone. Right. All the protection is gone. Right. So we're going to get that in Proverbs chapter 6. Right, that's physically and spiritually. A man is there to fit physically, spiritually, emotionally, protect and guide his woman, man. Because women are emotional creatures. They not really, they don't really know what's going on. So a man is there to guide them, right? So they can guide the children, the next generation. All right. So this is Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs chapter 6. And man, I'm gonna start at 9. Right, I got to read on down to 9. Yeah, I'm gonna read on down. So it says, in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and behold, or actually I'm gonna start at 8. It says, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. Right, so this is already a bad thing. You got a brother, right? He's going to this woman's house in the twilight, man. Nothing but wickedness happens in the twilight. Right, you read that in Job, huh? Right, the spirit of adultery. Right, I believe that's Job. What's that? Right, what's that precept? Job. Right. See if I can find this real quick. Book of Job. If I can find this. Right, Job chapter 24. The verse number 14, it says, the murder arising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the adulterer waited for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me and disguise his face. So men, they wait to night to do wickedness. That's why all hell really mainly break loose at night, man. Right, so here it is. He's going to this woman's house at night. So let's see what happens. Proverbs 7. Right, in verse number 10, it says, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtile of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth waiting at every corner. Right, so here it is. You got this woman dressed like a harlot, kind of going to and fro in the streets. All right. It says, so she caught him and kissed him, and with an imputed face, and said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. Right? I have decked my bed with with coverings of tapestry, and with works with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Right? So she's basically kind of trying to entice this man. Right, now this is going into the spirit of doctrines, right? But he's personifying it as this man at night kind of dealing with this strange woman, because that's what a doctrine is, a strange woman. But wisdom is your sister, your mother, and your wife, man. Right, and all these wicked pleasant women, all these mighty pleasant women unto a man, whereas the strange woman are these doctrines. Right, but I'm bringing this out for a reason, to show when that man is going, right, this is when all hell like this can break loose. It says in 18, come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a journey. He have taken a bag of money with him, and will come at the day appointed. Now that good man is Yahweh Shah. Right, but we can bring it out to kind of relate to how the parable is being brought out. It's saying this woman was free to do this wickedness and this madness because that man, that ruler of that house, he was out of there, man. Right? He was gone. Right. So since that man was out the house, it led way for all hell to break loose. Right. Let me get this precept. Because like I said, a man is there to spiritually, physically, and emotionally protect his woman in his household. So I'm gonna get this in Judith. Right. I believe that's Judith, the 10th chapter. Right. It's Judith chapter 10. And I'm gonna start at verse number 17. And this is going into Judith, a very beautiful Israelite woman. Right. It says, then they chose out of them 100 men to accompany her and her maid, and they brought her to the tent of Holofernes. Then was there a concourse throughout all the camp, for her coming was noised among the tents, and they came about her as she stood without the tent of Holofernes, till they told him of her, and they wondered at her beauty and admired the children of Israel. So they're seeing this woman, they're admiring her beauty and just like confounded. Like, I mean, look at these beautiful people. That's what they're thinking, right? It says, because of her. And everyone said to his neighbor, who would despise this people that have among them such women? Surely it is not good that one man of them be left, who being let go might deceive the whole earth. Right, so I say, hey, we got to get rid of all the men so we can get these women, man. Right, so why would they have to get rid of the men, right, to get the women? Because the man is that protection. Right, this is why Esau wanted to get rid of the men. Right, even Pharaoh, he kind of said, hey, you can kind of lead your children, and you can go, whatever, man. Just lead the women and children. Y'all can go, man. That's what Pharaoh said, man. Right? He was saying you can go, just keep the children and the men here. I mean, and the women here. Y'all men, y'all can bounce, man. Why would Pharaoh say that? Right? Why did Pharaoh say that? Why did Pharaoh, why would Pharaoh, kind of go into wanting to destroy the firstborn? I mean, not the firstborn, so I could destroy the men that were born. It's simple, because you got to get the man the hell out of there, man. Right? I mean, so it's very important of having so-called black fathers in the home, man. Right? They just kind of kick men to the back burner. I seen a post. They say, why can a woman, or they say, put a father in a baby mama position, he'll fold, man. And that's folly. Right? That's propaganda that the so-called white man push, man. That's the Willie Lynch letter. Right? Kind of degrade and destroy the man's image, uphold the woman's image, right? So the man can be degraded and disrespected, right? So they can maintain power. I mean, it's quite simple, right? And what I wanted to go into, right? Simply just go into, just facts, right? See if I can pull this up. Right, I want to go into the hardcore facts about single parent households with mothers, right? How can I look this up? Crime rate, parent homes, mothers, right? I mean, that's the first thing. This is fixed family courts, right? Check this out. 70% of runaways, 70% of juvenile delinquents, 70% of child murderers come from what? Single mother homes, right? Single mother homes, man. So I want to find there was something really nice, really mean I've seen before. I just want to try to click through some of these things, man. Check this out. Statistics, the father of this generation. It says 66% or 63% of youth suicides are from fatherless homes. That's 5 times the average. 90% of all homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes. 85% of all children with disorders. 80% of rapists with anger problems come from fatherless homes. 71% of dropouts, man. I mean, this is madness, man. And this is just all across the board. Imagine what it would be for Israel, you blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. How bad would it be, man? If we're already on, and you know we mainly the ones with single parent household. Let's check that out. What race has most single mothers? All right. Right. It's saying 42% are white, but no, I'm talking about out of the most. Now check this out. They say you gotta understand this. So they say we're black, we like what 12% of the population. But when you look at the single parent households, we have 4.1 million, and Esau only has 6.6 million. So if it's 200 million Edomites, and it's only 10 million Jakes, I mean, almost half of our population. Let me check this. How many blacks are in America? So they said 4 million. How many blacks? Yeah, 41 million so-called black people in America. They say 4 million has single parent households. Like just a quick little number. Whites. But it's 200 million whites in America. So that's a significant difference, man. Of people that's single parents. So I'm trying to figure out how to word that statistic. Which race has the? Okay, yeah, something like this. What percentage of black mothers? That's different. Well, that's kind of crazy. Say 72% of black babies were born. Dang. It says it's 77.3% of black Americans. Damn. Were born without fathers. They got a whole Wikipedia on the African American family structure. Check this out. It's pretty bad, man. All right. Non-maternal birth rates. Jake is the purple right here. Damn. Man, that's kind of sick, man. And check it out. Native American and Latino. But hold on. So you got blacks, Native American, and Hispanics came literally, man. That's literally the top three from the 90s on, man. Literally. And they wasn't even counting the natives until damn the 1990s. That's literally the three highest, man. We gotta get the classic, man. Right? So how are we not the same people, man? Look at this. You can't make this up, man. Wow. Right? Deuteronomy 28 and 54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, man. Right? So I mean, it's not just the black, but it's the Native Americans and the Latino, the Hispanics, man. Literally, that's at the top. It's crazy, man. Wow. See that? Something like this is what I wanted to see. Right? Single parent families by race. 66% of our families are single. That's insane, man. Man. I mean, you get different statistics, different years, and it's always blacks and Hispanic at the top every time. That's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that that's the case, man. Right? And crime inherently comes more from single mother households. It is single. Check that out. Transitioning into a single parent household can disrupt the child's routine, education, housing arrangement, family income. Man, stuff is pretty bad. I look up single mother households and parent and crime. Damn. See that? About 14 times more likely to commit rape, man, and violent crimes and all kind of wickedness, man, with a single mother household. I mean, this is crazy stuff, man. Right? This is that's sad, man. All right. And that's really going into the Willie Lynch letter, man. When you get into it, or you will see with the Willie Lynch letter, they literally kind of set this thing up, man, for you blacks and Hispanics. Check this out. Damn, 43%. Check this out. It says 71% of pregnant teenagers lack a father. So how's the father not important, man? How can a mother's do a man's job? They're not doing the best job, man. If 71% of the teenage pregnancies come from single mother household, 71%. You can't make this stuff. And 66% of you blacks in Hispanic, or you blacks have no father in the household. 60 to 76%, somewhere around that range, man. Which is, I mean, that means it's normal. It's way more than half. And they think we just talking out our ass when we bring out the curses. 90% of the arsonists, repeat arsonists, only live with their mother. I mean, chemical abuse, 75%. 70% of juveniles in state institutions have no father. 85% of the youth in prison grew up without a father. So 85% of the prisoners, the youth in prison, grew up without a father. They're twice as likely to drop out of school, twice likely to end up in jail, 4 times likely to need help for their emotional and behavioral problems. This is all from the 90s and the 80s, man. So how much more now, man? So this is the importance of fathers in the household, man. Right? I mean that's I'm kind of confounded, man. Right? I'm kind of confounded at the stats, but it's like, I mean, we already understand that. That's the curses. So that's the importance of a black father in the household. He's there to guide that household. He's there to rule it in righteousness, man. Right? Without that father, all hell breaks loose. So us men, we got to step up and be fathers unto our children, right? Let's get that in Proverbs 22. Right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse number 16. Just like in verse number 6, it says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Right? That's the classic precept. Right? You train up a child in the way they should go, they not go depart from it. Right? Like now, I got my daughter, she's she's young, she's under 3 years old. She was going on 3, and she be praying with me, man. Kind of like Yahweh. She like Yahweh. I'm like Bashem. She like Bashem. That's mighty, man. Right? She kind of see the moon and kind of get all happy, and I say, "Who made it?" She like Yahweh. Right? And just like us, we was raised thinking it's cool to smoke weed and sleep around with a bunch of women and just be a nigga, man. And we thought that was normal behavior. I know I thought that was normal. I thought that's the way of life. That's just what you do, right? I just thought that's how you lived life because that's how I was raised. That's what I seen. That's the movies I watched. That's the music I listened to. Versus when you're getting raised up in righteousness and this truth, that's all you know. That's what you see. Right? You don't see your parents smoking weed. You don't see your mama got men in and out the house. You see a man leading a woman. You see righteousness. You see a submissive wife. You see a strong man providing for his household, not being a damn infidel, man. That's what you see in this truth. Right? So for people to look down on this truth, like we just a bunch of niggas yelling at the white men on the corner. It's deeper than that, man. Right? Negroes used to sell drugs, pimp, women was whores. Negroes was deadbeats. I mean, all hell was breaking loose, man. And now we in our children's lives, we raising up. I never knew so many black fathers, young black fathers in my life, man, from all over the country, man. Literally in their household with their woman. We're literally fathers to our children. So this truth is the mightiest thing for the black communities. Right? Let me get this in Sirach 30. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30. Right? In verse number 3, it says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy." Hey, Esau hate this, man. That's why they demonize this truth. You got people like Hokab Malone, man. Right? That wicked devil, man. Right? You got people like that coming down on this truth when it's literally blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans coming together, keeping the laws of God, reading the Bible, keeping the laws of God, loving their children and their wives, man, and raising up families and righteousness. How can you be mad at that? How can you be mad at your son? Say you want the coat, you going off because he's taking care of his family, right? Because the enemy hates it, man. The enemy ultimately is Satan, but he works through the vessel of Esau, the devil, man, right? So it says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him." Right? Because you're gonna be kind of boasting, like my son, he get mighty in the word. You're gonna be happy, man. You're gonna be rejoicing with your friends, man, over your son. Right? Being a mighty man, you're gonna be proud of. Because the Lord said, "Hey, man, let's that precept in Sirach real quick. Get this precept, Sirach, chapter 16 and 1. It says, "Desire not in the multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons. Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Lord be with them." Right. So the Most High said, I'm gonna read this next one. Slack. It says, trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude. For one that is just is better than 8,000, and it is better to die without children than to have them that are ungodly. So the Most High is saying, look, man, you having these wicked ass kids, you got 10 of them, they all just wicked as hell. You better off just not having kids. It happened with what's his name? Mama Duck, Duck Mama, the FBG Duck Mama, that Chicago rapper, man. Got like 4 or 5 kids died of gang violence. One died in the fire. All hell breaking loose, man. Just a bunch of wicked kids, man. She better off not having children. What legacy do you have with just a bunch of niggas as kids, man? Right? So this Sirach 30, verse 4, it says, "Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he have one left behind that is like unto himself." So you want to raise a child up to be like unto yourself. So if you an infidel, you refuse to get a job, you just wicked as hell. That's how you gonna raise your children. Because he gonna want to be like you. Your son wants to emulate you, man. Right? Your daughter wants a man that is like you. Right? You're your children's superhero, man. They love you. You're Superman to your children. Right? So you have to guide them and move in righteousness in this thing, right? Let's get that. I believe I want collages. Right? Bear with me. I'm gonna get might be in Colossians. Right, Colossians, the 3rd chapter. Bear with me. Small Bible, man. All right, so this is. That's not the one I want. I think I wanted. Yeah, I wanted the one in Ephesians. I was in Ephesians 5, so like it's Ephesians 6, right? Ephesians chapter 6. And I'm gonna start at 1. Right, Ephesians 6:1, it says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right." And I seen somebody in the comments earlier, right? They said, what if your father wicked? Well, I mean, you got to follow Christ, right? You got to follow Christ if you got a wicked father, right? But you still got to honor your father and respect them, and don't be over righteous, because your father, though they may be in the world, you know, the Lord said experience is the best teacher, man. So they might have certain experiences you can learn from. You just chew out the meat and spit out the bones, right? When it comes to that, right? And that's, I mean, you know, you might just have a nigga dad, man. But you can find wisdom within anybody, man. You could be at work learning from a damn Edomite, right? About certain things when it comes to carnality and living on this earth, right? But this is Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 6. It says, "Honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise," right? Because when you honor your mother and father, the Lord straight up told you that you will be promised long life, right? Respecting your parents. It says, "That it may be well with these, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in nurture and admonishment of the Lord." So you have to nurture your children as well. Right? You have to nurture your children as well, right? You got to nurture them and bring them up and train them in the fear of the Lord, man. That's how you bring your kids up, with the fear of the Lord. Right? You got to have that structure in your household, right? So I just wanted to do a quick video, you know, going into the importance of the black father in the household, right? Because black fathers get degraded and demeaned and downplayed in this society, when the statistics show without black fathers, all hell breaks loose. That's why they propagate this spirit of single motherhood and independent women and this wicked feminist movement. The most wicked movement, one of the most wicked movements to ever happen was the feminist movement, right? I mean, that was extremely off, man, the feminist movement, right? It caused the division in the black household. It caused the suffering of our children, right, due to economics and the crime rate. I mean, the crime rate increased, drugs increased, everything got worse as women got more independent in this society. More crime happened, more death and destruction happened, and the Lord said that would happen, man. That the woman would compass a man in these last days, right? All set up by the white man. All right, let me get this precept. Right? The Lord said that would happen, man. Which is utter madness, but you see the results of it. We see it right now in today's society, right? Actually, I got two. I'm gonna get this real quick. Right in the book of Isaiah 3:12, it says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors," right? Raising up these wicked demonic children. Right? You got Eve, that damn laugh and when they son twerking, man. Teach their daughters how to twerk. I mean, it's just despicable, man. Right? It says, "And women rule over them. O my people, that which lead thee, cause thee to err and destroy the way of my paths." Right? So the Lord said, women rule over you blacks and Hispanics. Right? So let me get this precept, 2nd Esdras. Right? The book of 2nd Esdras. Right? I believe that's the 5th chapter. Right? The book of 2nd Esdras. Right? Chapter 5, verse number 8. It says, "Therefore there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters," man. Right? Bringing forth these monsters into the world, because they're bringing them forth with no father, no lead, so the people are perishing. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord is reversing that curse, putting the fathers back in the household. And that's going to raise up stronger and better, more disciplined children. Right? So with that, I'm going to give a Kwam Yasha Allah. Right, Lord willing, that was edifying. Shalom.